episode 33 of the Playmaker Podcast. I'm your host, Reggie Coleman.
I'm Nikita Monroe Thomas.
And today we have a special guest. I know him as John, rap name E11vin. So thank you for coming in and talking to us, sharing your story. But first, let the people know a little about you.
If you're from Mercer County, you probably know me or know of me. But rap name E11vin, real name John. I'm not gonna give you the whole government, Social Security, but you feel me? But yeah, man. I don't know.
Where did the name 11 come from?
The name 11. For some reason, I knew you was gonna ask me that.
Yeah, because 11 means like people used to have the number 11. Kyrie got a story with 11.
See, I don't really gotta go into detail then about the meaning
number
behind 11, but that's my birth month number.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And growing up, that's always been my favorite number.
Okay.
Well, at first it was 2, and then it became 11. Why, I don't know.
Okay. And the reason why you spell your name how you spell it is just to be different, or?
Just to be different. So I wanted to put the numbers in there so I wouldn't confuse people, but it turns out I confuse everyone because everyone thinks I'm Elvin.
And it's clearly 2 1s.
It's clearly 2 1s in there. I just try to be a little artistic, you know what I'm saying? Like black.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? They call him 6 Lack.
Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So what got you into the music game? Or I guess, when did you start taking music seriously?
To be quite honest with y'all, not a lot of people know, but since I was like 5, music has like always been a passion of mine. Like if you take away everything in this world, minus music, I will be okay. You know what I'm saying? There's not a day that goes by where I can't listen to music. Like, it gotta be elevator music, it gotta be something, a commercial jingle, it gotta be something. Like, I had to listen to music. Like, my whole life has always been based around music. So like growing up, I remember me and my older cousins, we were just on Rosemount, we'd be in the attic playing music. I'm pretty sure some of y'all can relate. Like, oh, you get that verse, oh, you get the hook, you get the brick.
I'm not a rapper
in
my life right now.
Yeah.
But if anybody out there could write for me, I have this charisma.
Oh, I believe you definitely got the energy for
but I just don't have the bars.
Okay.
You have the bars.
I can write something for you.
And I'm the opposite. I don't have charisma, I don't have...
Reg, you do.
I can't dance. I can't do music.
No, Reg, you
but
can't dance.
Your swag though, Reg. Like everybody
respects
respect you, man. Nah, bro.
So I was talking to Keita before y'all got here. The podcast game is becoming oversaturated. A lot of people making it. Not a lot of. I don't want to judge, but it's content, but it's not like worthy content, I guess. So same with the rap game. A lot of people trying to rap. There's no substance behind it. There's no passion, and they in it for the wrong intentions. What keeps you pushing forward to keep going when it's so oversaturated?
I would say it's like, you guys ever got like that one thing that you wake up every day and it's like it's what fuels you to wake up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's what drives you.
Exactly. And it's like, it's in a sense like on a spiritual level, it's like your purpose. It's like my purpose. A lot of people don't understand that because they're like, yo, you coming from left field. But little do you know, I went to college for 3 years for music. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is stuff I don't express to people. So that's why I'm happy to be here now, so I can
tell you a story a little bit.
Say a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But music, like, as far as the rap game goes though, I'm kind of a hypocrite in a sense. Like, I believe that every artist is capable of making a song that I like. So I don't really rule everybody out. But it's easy to spot when your heart is not in it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
I think nowadays in the music industry, it's like microwave. So you hot now for 30 seconds and then you gone. How do you feel about that? Like, how do you think your music sets apart from those guys that just in it to get a hit and get out?
It's funny you say that because this past tape I just put out was basically what I envisioned everybody wanted to hear. It wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do. Yeah, I kind of like dumbed myself down.
But we got to know a lot about you in the tape too. You talked about dropping out of college. You talked about still being a scholar even though you're not in college. You talked about some real stuff, so you still dumbed it down even though it was still a little bit authentic to yourself.
Yeah, like of course, I'm always gonna remain true to myself. But it's like, case in point, like the song Interlude. If I can make 20 of those and compose an album, that's realistically what I want to do.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But like 24/7, I had fun with that song.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be ignorant on purpose because it's certain people out there, especially in the town, that wasn't really, I wouldn't say they weren't paying me attention, but they wasn't really like acknowledging what I was doing.
Okay.
People wasn't really taking me serious. So I was like, okay, so how can I gravitate to everyone?
Correct.
How can I figure this out? You know what I'm saying? So in the process of me doing that, everything kind of like fell into place. It's kind of weird. Like, I want to say like I dumbed myself down. Like that's kind of like.
Yeah, I don't think you could say dumb yourself down, but I think you're saying that you kind of took yourself out of the artistic space and say, what would my fans want to hear, or what would people that don't know me want to hear?
Exactly.
Because from your first project that you put out in 2018 compared to this one, what do you think the biggest is totally different?
Well, the first project, I was really like hell bent on showing people like, yo, I can rap. I can really do this. And in the midst of me doing that, like, I kind of got so like rap gang, just trying to get something done. That's why I call it Get It Done.
Correct.
And once I actually put it out, people was like, oh, bro, you rap hard, that's cool. I'm like, yo, you're not hearing what I'm saying? Like, are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I was like,
try to
okay,
put
I'm
pressure on yourself, but then in the long run,
that kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of like depressed me for a little bit. Like, it kind of like demotivated me for a little bit. But like, you are the company you keep. I'm surrounded by like a lot of solid guys. Like Mike, I still stay around Mike to this day. Like, he was constantly in my ear, like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you dope. You just gotta keep doing it. You're gonna get better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Don't just stop right here because ain't nobody paying attention to you.
Yeah, they're gonna pay attention when they need to. Yeah.
So
Music industry's tough. It's definitely tough. A lot of the research I was doing because I wanted to know about like artists, like what artists would like to talk about, and it's just like this game is like it's cutthroat, and at some point either you going get it in or you going to fade out. So I give you 100% praise on just keeping the strength and keeping positive, because I know it's not easy, especially from Trenton, where we're from. You know, we need to lift each other up more, as you know, but sometimes it's just not like that.
It really doesn't pan out how it should. That's the thing with like Trenton, is that it's so many talented people out here, but we're all afraid to like give each other praises because you're afraid of looking a certain way. Like, I do stuff and I don't expect anything in return. Like, I'll promote your stuff. I'll go like your stuff that's on another site. Yo, go, and I'm not gonna DM you, yo, I like your stuff, bro, or post it and send it. Like, I do it because I really want to see people win out here. Like, once the light actually shines on Trenton, it's a wrap. Like, Miles Powell, he's bringing a different light, you know what I'm saying, in sports. I mean, we got a lot of people like Keisha, everybody that's out here doing good stuff, Franz. But, like, far as music goes, we don't really support each other. And so I'm hoping in due time, like, I can at least be, like, a leader in a sense. Like, yo, it's okay, it's cool to big people up. Like some dude, for Trenton, what's his name? King Reed. Never met him a day in my life. You can ask people, like, I play his music.
Yeah.
I play his music. You know what I'm saying? Because I support it. I'm like, yo, this is tough. Hey, you from the town? Like, I'm happy to see stuff like that.
That's the problem. Like you said, I don't want to say scared to support people, but like, it's such a competition, especially with rappers, because there's so many that like, they scared if they support you, somebody won't support them. Where I look at it as a strength in numbers. Like, you support this person, you putting him on, and whether he supports you back or not is up to that person. But as long as we supporting people who we rock with, if you don't rock with somebody, then I don't expect you to support them. But if you rocking with what they do, what they stand for, then it's just out of the purity of yourself. Like, with this podcast, people may like it, they may not. We talk about sports mostly. We starting to have interviews and whatnot. So just to gain more followers and also give it a different, I guess, approach to what we're trying to do and to relate to more people. So I get it when you say people don't like to support you, if you get what I'm saying. Like,
they'll watch it.
Yeah.
They'll watch it, but they'll watch it just to see if you're one-upping them.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that. And I believe it won't stay that way for long. Because it's so much going on in this town now. It's like eventually everybody's just gonna have no choice but to just love each other. Just really take it to the next level because it's so much out there. Like it's not like everyone in the town is competing for one record deal.
Right.
Yeah. You can just build with each other, really.
Yeah, man.
Because the industry ain't really like it used to be. When we were younger, record deals were so important. Video budgets. You remember the $1 million video budgets? Now, these people blowing up off of YouTube. These rappers are coming up, they on YouTube, and now they rapping, and they already got their fan base, so it's no more A&Rs building artists up from the ground. They want you to have your own fan base. They're really not doing no work. They basically just want your talent. They want to charge you for your talent, basically, what it is with the record deal nowadays. So, Trenton got so many talented people. We could really do it on our own.
It's imagine if just everything was under one umbrella. I mean, in a perfect world, you know what I'm saying? Imagine
it's easier said than done.
Yeah, like it'd be crazy. Like this, like when it comes to Jersey, I strongly believe that Trenton got the most talent.
All around.
All around. And the thing about you guys too, like piggybacking off of what you said earlier, the reason why, like this may be off topic, but you guys are gonna have longevity because you're gonna remain true to yourselves.
Oh yeah.
Ever since I met you two, you guys are still the same people. You know what I'm saying?
I evolved a little.
Yeah, of course you evolved, you matured, but you still the same goofy kid. Like, you know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like, and you're not gonna change. And
I'm still weird, right?
Yeah, of course. This is the most I've talked to you, bro.
I used all my words up for today.
I believe it, man.
But you're a podcaster, though.
Don't make sense, do it?
Like 2 years from now, Reg is he's gonna talk more than you, bro.
Yeah, he talks more. He talks a lot more than when we started. So
Progress.
It is
Growth.
progress.
But the sad reality is people don't support until you already on. They don't support you when you grinding and working to where you want to be.
Correct.
They see you popping. They see you on billboards or whatever the case may be, TV, whatever it is. Then they want to support you and act like they was there since day one when you really know who's there rocking with you from the beginning. So you got a new tape out.
Yeah.
Good Intentions, Bad Habits.
Yes.
7 songs? Or 8?
Yeah, it's only 7.
7 songs. So how long did that process take to make this tape?
2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
What's your favorite track if you can pick one? I could tell you my top 3.
Okay. What's your top 3?
I like Get a Bag.
That's my
first song. And it caught me at the very beginning because Playmakers was in it.
I'm like,
damn!
It's funny y'all caught that.
He just name dropped.
It's funny y'all caught that.
I need a little clean version. Get that on
right in the
intro.
I was thinking about that because I remember like a few months ago, like y'all was thinking like y'all needed like a theme song or something. I forget y'all y'all mentioned something like that, and I was like, damn man, I ain't got nothing to give them, but I'm gonna give them something. You get what I'm saying? So I was like hoping. I was like, all right, like I had y'all in mind when I actually wrote that song, like in a sense, like it's kind of weird.
The beat selection of this tape is a dope. I don't know where your mindset at, but it was dope. Like the transition of. It's just a vibe. Like you could listen to it in a car, the gym. I listened to it on a train, and it wasn't even on no just like because I was interviewing. I was just listening to it just because I wanted to listen to different music. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I'm not really off music nowadays. Everybody sound the same. I couldn't tell one artist from another. So I really try to listen to even if it's local artists just to get a different feel of what the music industry it should be. Authenticness, realness. That's what I got from the tape. You talked about dropping out of school. I know a lot of people can relate to that. There's a student loan crisis. A lot of people can't stay. You touched on that a lot in the tape. What made you even talk about that?
I felt like that was something that was like, I'll say like that's one of the biggest regrets that I have, like in my life, is not finishing college. Not just because I wanted that piece of paper, but because I knew I could have finished, but I tapped out.
You ain't the only person.
Yeah, like I tapped out, you know what I'm saying? And it's like over time I suffered the consequences from that. I took out student loans, in my mother's name, and she was paying that back. That's why I said I paid my student loans off, because she paid 75% of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that strained me in her relationship, like for
That's
a
what they
long
say.
time.
A about, but a lot of artists don't talk about, because a lot of artists, I don't know if they even been in college, but they don't talk about the realness of finances. This is just the world we live in. It's not just student loan debt, credit card debt, flexing, you done buying cars you can't afford and all that.
I'm not going.
You know what I'm saying?
It's different to like, how can I put this? Like, everything that I try to speak on is like something that I've either been through, something that I'm capable of doing, either or. Like, I'm not going to talk about, I'm going to show up at your door with a bazooka. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
so everything that I talk about in that tape is like really real. So, and I write on top of that. Like, I write in notebooks. I just started writing in my phone because it's quicker. But like, I write, so when I'm sitting there writing, I can't lie. It's hard.
Yeah, you can't just make up something. Yeah,
It's hard.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's hard to really lie. And so what's flooding through my mind when I'm writing, when I'm in the process, is like, okay, where am I going with this song? At that point in time, I was talking about grinding and everything, and I was like, okay, grind. First thing that came to my mind was school, because I didn't finish. And I'm working to pay off student loans. I mean, it's done, but that's what came to mind when I, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like, I'll say this. A lot of things that I try to touch on, like, I try not to, like, preach too much in my music.
But you're also
Like,
telling your story, though.
Exactly. Like, I try to, like, tell people about me, because everyone knows me as John from high school. I used to wear all the Jordan. Of course, I still, like, clothes-wise, but, like, I used to do this. Or people knew me as one thing, but I've changed over the years.
Correct.
A lot of people don't know who I am now because I've sheltered myself. Like, I sheltered myself away from everything. I don't party. I don't do certain stuff no more. Like, in other people's mind, they run into me, they just, oh, bro, what's up? Trying to go out, you know, I haven't been out in like 7 years, bro. Like, you gotta drag me out.
Yeah, it's just not the type of time you're on right now.
Yeah, I know. Because over time, the things I've been through humbled me up to this point, and I know that it's not for me.
And as you get older, like, certain things get played out.
Like, it don't excite you no more, man.
I went out for the first time.
No, but to each his own, though. I'm just speaking for me.
Yeah,
to each his own. Like, if you want to party, you want to turn up, that's what you look forward to. Long day, long weekend.
But most people don't get it because you don't want to go out. They think you, like, shunning them away. Where it's just not what you want to do. Y'all can do it.
I lost a lot of friends that way.
It wasn't
really
real
friends.
friends. Nah. If you can't accept me,
yeah,
I'm not the same person I was 7 years ago. So if you can't accept me for who I am now, then maybe it just wasn't right.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing with our relationships. You with your significant other so much, they think like, why you not with me? Like, why you not with me enough now? Like, I can be with you at certain times, but I don't be with my girl or your guy most of the time. And if y'all don't get that, then that's your problem.
I can't break that down to you.
As long as I'm happy with where I'm at, like,
Exactly.
you gotta find your
the
happiness.
right woman. You can understand, like, it's motivational. It's like it's that part of you that's been missing. So when you actually have it, you like.
Can't let this go.
I don't need to go to Kansas on a road trip with y'all for no apparent reason. Like, me and my girl can go see a museum or go do something for, like, and I still get the same gratification by doing that. Like,
so like we said, you got 7 songs. I think like between 7 and I say between 10 and 12 songs is like the perfect amount of songs to have on a project, mixtape, CD, whatever you want to call it. What made you make 7 songs, and do you have more songs in the stash? I'm sure you do, but what's so special about those 7 that you put it on this tape?
Those 7, like, I fell in love with, like, instantly. Like, I have, just a guesstimate, I know I have, like, over this, any other artist hearing this will be like, oh, but I know I have, like, over 50 songs from this year that I recorded. But I knew, like, I was like, all right, my birthday coming up, I should put this tape on my birthday, so everyone, happy birthday, John, happy birthday, John. All right, listen to my tape. You know what I'm saying?
That's the birthday gift you can give me.
Exactly. Just go listen.
That's a smart marketing tool you did for yourself.
I ain't got no manager yet, so I gotta
figure
it out. So
you know how it is to do it.
And when you dropped it, Franz had hit me. You know, he had a time difference. He like, yo, Reg. So I was asleep when he texted to me. He like, yo, Reg, listen to this, and y'all need to have him on the podcast. And we was already talking before that, having you on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, we already got that in the works before he even said that. So I'm like, wow, it was destined. Like,
that's dope, for real, for real.
And he was like, make sure you listen to the tape. I was like, I was already going to. Like, he support what we do and what I do. Why wouldn't I return the favor? And plus, it's good music. Like,
I appreciate that, man.
So when he said that, I'm like, damn, it must be meant like to have you on as a guest because like we don't have anybody. I'll let you know this. Like,
yeah, I kind of noticed that.
We just try to make sure that the people we have on are about something positive.
You got something to talk about.
You got something to talk about. We love to promote people's stuff as well. You got to tape out perfect. And we just like people on the same type of time that we on. We just want to support our people at the end of the day. And if you're somebody doing something positive in the community, we want to have you on and we want to talk about your story, we want to show you in a positive light. So, yeah, if you're doing clownery,
no place here.
we don't really. It's not for clout. We're not doing this for clout. We're doing this genuinely because we want people to know who 11 is, your story, why your music is so powerful. And I'm not just saying that because I'm doing an interview. I really listen to your music. I get on the train. I commute every day from Trenton to Philly every day. So I got a long period of time to listen to music and dissect music. And I definitely was motivated by the certain things that I'm doing in my life pertaining to finances. And you just listen and you're like, dang, like somebody get it in a certain way. You get what I'm saying? Even though you're not talking exactly about what I'm going through, is in a certain way you can interpret it like, damn, like that, like, yep.
Yeah.
I took 6 years to graduate college. And you said you dropped out at 3, but I took 6 years. A lot of money went into that, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you just got to make best decisions for you. And I know you said that you do regret it, but at that time, it just was a decision you had to make for yourself.
Yeah, that's the cards that I played. And God don't make no mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. I strongly believe that if I did finish college, even though I majored in recording arts, my ceiling would have been somewhere in Miami working in a little recording studio.
Like, you kind of could envision what was going on.
Yeah, I knew where I was at, and I was like, this don't feel right. Like, it just don't feel right. I couldn't explain it to my parents. Of course, they weren't trying to hear it. They like,
no, they just think of
$60,000, and you talking about this ain't you. Like,
yeah.
I was like, you don't get it.
Yeah.
And like over time, like it took me a while to actually like I should have been put out music prior to that tape, get it done. Like I was doing music, but I was just like, man, this is whack. I'm gonna put it out. You're always gonna be your worst critic.
Correct.
But then I reached a point. It was like, okay, it's not necessarily now or never, but it's like if I don't do this now, no one's gonna know who I am or what I do. And okay, you want to perform, you want to do this, you want to be on podcast, you know what I'm saying? You want people to actually speak to you when they run into you. Yo, you take dope. You got to put something out. I got tired of people be like, yo, you still rap. Let me hear something. I'm like, man, yeah, I seen you something, you know what I'm saying? So it felt good to like actually put the music out, but now I'm just trying to do it like strategically. Like next, I'm going to shoot like music videos for this. And the next project is, I'm already like,
when you think that's gonna come out? You don't gotta give it next year?
Yeah, next year. Next year. But next year before summertime. Like next year before summertime. Most definitely, because when I have my mind set on something, like I don't stop. Like I don't really quit. Like I had my mind like set on music, so I went to a musical school, but it wasn't set on school.
Right.
So
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So it didn't really work out in a sense.
Yeah, like I said, I don't talk, right?
Oh, I know.
I went to court. In college, I did 5 years. So I had an extra year of not playing basketball. It was just school. Like,
it get real, don't it? I can't even tell you how many years I did basketball.
I had to find something to do to kill some time, I guess. So I did a radio show at the school radio station.
I remember that.
It was me and a couple of my friends. We had a radio show, then we ended up like doing kind of like the TNT thing where Shaq and them on that crew, something like that, where we talked about our college team, and then eventually we ended up getting a college what is it, SB?
Like a little award, like a little award.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, like we was nominated.
Yeah.
No, but this was just me doing something because I didn't want to be bored. So
Okay.
that's a reason why I started this. Then I had asked Keita if she wanted to join.
Y'all the perfect match. Y'all Shaq and Chuck, for real.
What you call us?
Actually, LeBron and AD.
No.
No, before that,
She disrespected me.
Draymond and Steph.
Who Draymond? That was my reaction.
It was just a joke. But then I realized, like, I low-key am Steph Curry. Like, I'm really, like, in my mind, I'm Steph Curry. Like, I'm...
As you should. You
feel
should.
me? Nah, like, we're a dynamic duo. We haven't figured out the name yet that's sufficient for both of us. I'm thinking Dame and CJ, underrated but nasty. Like, we underrated as in this podcast game right now. But we about to get up there, you feel me? So,
first,
you know?
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, it's speaking what Reg said about being in
please,
school
'cause
without basketball.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Well,
Go ahead.
you started off.
Go ahead.
being in
Go
school
ahead.
without
Be all
basketball.
over the place today.
You said being in school without basketball. I did 6 years. I played only 2, so I had some eligibility issues with the NCAA. So I know that
I had
struggle
one of those.
very well. So yeah, when I wasn't playing basketball, I thought I was dropping out a lot. But then I realized, like, I started it. I might as well finish. If I'd known what I know now, in hindsight 2020, you just make better decisions financially. But you know, you live and you learn.
To the person that you are today.
Oh yeah, now I feel like I got the secrets to it. So all my little cousins and any younger people I get in contact with, it's ways you can go to college. You can pay for it, scholarships. You don't need to go down a student loan.
There's so many scholarships, grants,
All types of
like that I didn't know about.
Yeah, I didn't know about either.
Because you black, Puerto Rican, whatever, you just gotta look for them. Like they out there, but you gotta put the work in to look for it because it's so much money that they giving away.
Oh yeah.
But we don't know about it because we don't take the time to research and we just quick to take that loan out. Keep taking the loans out.
Oh yeah.
And usually you don't know. You gotta pay them loans back.
Especially when you live off campus too. You used to get them little houses. Look, boy.
I'm just trying to think back.
Like $3,000. Like, I blew all of that.
I blew a refund check so fast. Like, I lied to my mom and told her I didn't get it. I blew it that quick.
That money.
I blew it like that. My mom said, "You ain't get a refund check?" Not this year. Going. Check going.
In the wind.
Quick.
For real.
Nah, I just recently learned that. I was wondering why my student loan debt was at the rate it was. I'm like, I don't recall signing nothing. So I called the people like, "Hey, it's me. You know who it is. You can call me. I'm here. I ain't been dodging you. Y'all blocked 5 of your numbers, but it's me
For
again."
real, they'll find another number.
I said, "Can you send me a notice, like a paper that I signed for this debt? Because I don't recall." They sent it. 19. Signed a paper that said, "We will take our loans on your behalf. You are responsible to pay." I read that. I was like, "Yeah, that's my signature."
It sure is.
I said, "Ain't that a..." I said, "What was I thinking?" Now I know.
Now you can tell people what to do and what not to do.
Exactly.
It was just a lesson.
Oh yeah, definitely a lesson. And I don't regret it because at the end of the day, I got the secrets now. So now nobody that I know that's young will ever go do that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the student loan debt is real. It's a crisis for a reason. You know, it affects your life. That's what I'm saying. Like that's how your music is. We talking about student loan debt from your music because that's how powerful and that's what you was talking about in your music. That's the content that we need now. These kids don't know nothing about finances. They don't know.
Yeah, I would say like, cause my mother's a teacher. Like she would try to like drill certain stuff in my head, but I was naive. You know, at that point in time, like 08, 07, I wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. Like, I'm like, I don't want to hear that. Like,
George, I'm out here.
yeah, like once I can get me some sneakers, some food, some clothes, and I can make it to point A, point B. That's all I need.
You know what I'm saying? Right now.
But at the same time, like for real, I strongly believe, like I said earlier, God don't make no mistakes, and you also have to go through these trials and tribulations. Like you gotta fail. Like the most important and powerful people are the ones that fail, correct, to get to where they are because they know what it's like to be down here. If you don't know what it's like to be down here, yeah, you can stay up here, but you're not going to be compassionate. You're not going to know how to treat other people.
Yeah,
you're not going to learn how to teach people that's the opposite of you. Like, we can see that with our president. Like, he said, "Oh, I started from the bottom. My father gave me $1 million loan." I never seen $1 million in my life. You know what I'm saying? So
they loaned out that type of money.
So like now it's like when he's doing all his antics and stuff, like I really don't get too deep into politics, but like I get it. I expect that from him. He don't know what it's like.
No, he don't know
what it's like.
Yeah.
He don't know what it's like to grow up and train or just build it from the ground up. Like so to say, like I admire people like that because like I can always learn something from you, and you can always learn something from me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you've just been at the top of your whole life, it's nothing we can really talk about. I'll watch you from afar, but I really don't want to be in the same room as you.
Yeah. What can you really teach me?
You're not. You can teach me everything, but you're not going to be willing to teach me nothing.
Probably gonna charge me.
Yeah, you won't be like.
Nothing wrong with charging people, but it's just like, dang.
Yeah.
You got it for free though.
Yeah. And that's another thing too. Like, this is probably off topic, but like, far as like the music industry, like, another reason will push me to like put my music out is in the sense that I know a lot of people, like a lot of powerful people like that. Like I just saw the other day you posted like my cousin Jerry Green, his music. You know what I'm saying? I've met a lot of people through him. I've met a lot of people through other people, and they just know me as Jerry's cousin, or they just knew me as this person, or just know me as John. I'm like, no, like, who do you know? Like, I got some shit too. I'm sorry if I can't curse.
You good?
You good?
Like, yeah, like I got a lot of stuff too. Like, but if you got nothing to show for it,
what do you really have?
About, you know what I'm saying? So that should really, like, if anybody out there that's really, like, you got that thing in the back of your head, like, yo, I'm supposed to be doing this, go do it. Because you're going to live the rest of your life regretting not doing it.
Correct.
And that's the worst feeling. That's where depression comes from.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. It definitely gets real. Because at the end of the day, we do have to work 9 to 5s, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? But
just came
you do got them. Yeah. I'm off today. Thank you.
Well, I got to dress up Monday through Thursday.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, you still make time for your passion. So it's time. You can make time for your passion. You have to be serious about it. Because like you said, I never want to live with no regrets.
Yeah, I've got all my BS out the way up to this point. Like, I had to fail a lot. And I did a great job growing up of hiding my failures from everyone. I went out my way. Like, I'm human, I have a lot of imperfections, but I went out my way to hide a lot of things from people. So, like, when everybody's saying, oh, yeah, John, yeah, back in the day, he used to have, I'm like, little do you know, like, what I went through.
Right.
You don't know what I went through. And then, used to have an argument, like, oh, John, you're from Young. I grew up on Stuyvesant and Rosemont until I turned 12 years old. That's what I knew. Those are the years where you learn the most. So by the time I went to Ewing, I was already set in my way.
Yeah, I'm already out here now.
Yeah, it's like, all right, so I got to the point, all right, yeah, I'm from Ewing. That's a compliment. Cool. Now I'm put on for these people. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. But going back to what I was saying, like, you got to utilize your resources. I didn't do that for a long period of time. I was afraid to ask for help, ask for opinions. What should I do? How should I do this? How do you like this? I was just like, nah, I just got to do it on my own. I'm just going to put it out. Everybody going to love it. Don't work like that. Sometimes you got to get out of your own way to receive your blessings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. So you're doing this all independent.
Oh, yeah.
What's the hardest part?
The hardest part really is doing it. Doing it really and finding motivation to do it. Like, of course, like, I wake up, like I told you, I had a drive to do it. I know I'm supposed to do it, but when I come down, like, all right, I start writing. Like, my creative process is weird. Like, I base the song off of, like, the first few bars that I write.
Okay.
And that's when, and I don't go in like, all right, this song is going to be titled Water. Drip, drip, water, water. Like, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might talk about something and then I'm like, oh, this is talking about water. That's the name of the title. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of stuff, like, hold on, I lost my train of thought talking about water. Hold on, what was the question?
You was talking about
the hardest part.
Hardest part of being independent.
Really, for real, the hardest part is, I would say, getting it done and asking for help, and also being afraid to put yourself out there to fail, to look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody might call, yo, I need you to perform at this festival, and you just got stage fright. Like, nah, people probably gonna boo me. They probably gonna let you suck. Next thing you know, like, you that little mom and pop shop we were supposed to perform, it was probably somebody real important in it.
Never know.
Right.
And you chose not to go because you was like, oh nah, I don't feel like, oh nah, the crowd, oh nah, X, Y, and Z gonna be there, oh no. Like, no, like, you gotta get out your own way sometimes.
Yeah,
You
that's
gotta
important.
utilize your resources. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Stop. Like,
That's
I'm
tough.
a very prideful person.
Yeah, that's easier said than done.
I'm a Scorpio. I'm prideful. Like,
That's easier
I'm
said than
prideful.
done to try not to ask for help because you gotta think about it. It's your craft, so you be like, "Bet I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna do it." But what made you open up to be like, "All right, I do need help. I do need people's opinions."
I couldn't do it by myself. Yeah, of course I can do the main part, but I can't do it all by myself. I can make 1,000,000 songs, and if no one listens, it don't matter.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like I pick people's brains. Even if I don't talk to them and I'm just sitting around, like I said, powerful people, I'm just looking at how they move, how they operate, the stuff they talk about, how they, like the stuff they eat.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the littlest stuff, for real, for real. I'm just looking like, okay, so this is how your everyday life is. It's not that different from mine. What exactly are you doing to put you in that position that I'm not in? And some people can do that, but they look at it in a lens of like envy and jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, man, he just like me, man. Like, man, get out of here. Like, no, I don't look at it like that. I'm really like tapped in. Like, what are you doing that's different from what I'm doing?
Right. Trying to learn from you.
Yeah. You can never learn too much.
Definitely can.
That's just for life, period.
Nah, I agree with you with saying put yourself out there. I recently went to an event. And I'm like, damn, this would be the right opportunity for me to go ask these people, do they listen to podcasts? And I was in there like, I'm not a shy person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a shy person. I'm energetic. People love me. What can I say?
Oh, yeah.
But I was in that room with the people before the event started. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and just stare and chill. But it was a perfect opportunity. It was people from different walks of life, people, and I just was like froze. Like, anytime it got to do with like promoting the podcast, promote myself, I get so fearful of what people's opinions will be, and just accept it for what it is. It's just their opinion. It's not fact.
Exactly, and it's not gonna alter anything. I forgot what my brother Mike told me. It's like a certain kind of rule, like it's like the 10-something rule. He said it's gonna be like, look, 3 people gonna love it, 3 people gonna hate it, and the other 4 just gonna be on the fence. You gotta expect that with everything. You can't really just like go into stuff and being scared to put it out there, because by you not saying nothing to people, you don't know. Like, it's probably someone in there that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Exactly.
That's very interested on what you got going on.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, like, how do you feel when people come to you about certain stuff just out of the blue? You know what I'm saying? Like, you like podcasts? Say if you wasn't doing this podcast, but you knew somebody that did.
I would probably be intrigued and really want to listen.
So you gotta look at it from that point of view.
Yeah.
So even if they be like, nah, what's the worst they can say? Oh, nah, I'm good. Even if they be like, yeah, your podcast whack.
You still
When
listen.
when you actually hear it, like, yo, that really didn't affect me as much as I thought it
Probably
would.
would, yeah. That's true. Next event, I'll be ready to go.
Yeah,
I was going to text Reg, but my phone fell in the toilet. But
oh, yeah.
I was going to text Reg and let Reg know, like, yeah, Reg, I was about to step out a little bit, but then I got scared.
Oh, man.
I talked to one person. I talked to one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, let her have you on the podcast. So I'm here. I'm growing up a little bit.
Next time, make it 10.
All right, 11.
You
You're doing too much. You 10 people, sir? 4. 4.
We're making progress, all right?
3.
So before we let you go, where can they find the music, one, and what you got upcoming? I know you said you got videos, you're working on the next project, but for people who don't know, where can they find it? The tape.
Right now, you can find the tape on SoundCloud. I believe it's SoundCloud /E11vin. And yeah, I believe that's it. If not, you can just find me on Instagram, E11vin_1990. And you can just click on my bio and it's all right there. And it's another thing I had to learn not to be prideful from. I didn't put my music out on like streaming platforms like iTunes, like Apple Music and everything, because I was like, oh, I ain't pay these producers for some of these beats. Like,
true.
I'm not trying to get sued.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna put it on SoundCloud. And someone important I reached out to was like, yo, what exactly do I have to do? X, Y, and Z. He's like, bro, put it on there. He's like, the only way they're gonna try to sue you is if it pops.
Mm. Then you had to
And they're
research
not-
to work something out with it, and at that point.
Finished it. So I was like, oh, I didn't know that, but I would have never known that. That's
You
why
didn't
like I just put a post up. What was it, yesterday? I was like, it's gonna be on all streaming platforms next month because it is. Because I know what I gotta do now to get it out there. You know what I'm saying? So I can actually get a royalty check from that because I need that.
And y'all need to run them streams up for my boy too, because
Oh yeah.
this is some good quality music that we trying to put y'all up on. So run them streams up, and if you go listen, let them know the Playmaker Podcast sent you first.
Yes.
Feel me?
And that first song, Get a Bag, is my favorite. I also like Interstate 11, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I like that track.
I like 24/7, 365. That's my
favorite trash.
Yeah, but we want to thank you for just coming on and telling us a little about yourself, sharing a little of your story,
Appreciate
letting the people know what you got going on, what you've been through. Yeah, and just coming through and kicking it with us, because you ain't have to do it. We don't, and like I said, we don't ask everybody to come on or anybody. Like,
You're our first musical guest.
Yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, yo, it's some big shoes to fill, man. Like,
You set the bar pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah. With your music alone. And now they know your
appreciate that.
story, so yeah.
Yeah,
First
so-
music, you set the bar pretty high. So any musical guests out there, sorry.
Yeah.
This is where it's at.
and we're gonna have you on again when that next project
Oh yeah.
about to come out
The
or
Successful
after it come
Failure.
out.
That's the name of the title too. So
Heard it here first.
yes.
But yeah, so thank you again, 11, aka John, for joining us. I'm Reggie Coleman.
I'm Nikita Monroe Thomas.
See y'all next week.
I'm about to
Thank you.